I'm Zane Redfern, home decorating enthusiast and creator of At Home with Zane. So friends, it is officially 2018, and I just want to say Happy New Year to all of you. I hope you had a wonderful and safe New Year's Eve. Last evening, we got a hotel room. We stayed at a hotel suite, and that was what we did for New Year's Eve. It was very, very nice. It was a very nice hotel. We had a lovely living area with a nice large television, with huge windows that overlooked the downtown area. So we were able to see the fireworks that went off at midnight. And then we also had a very nice master suite that had a television, and we watched the New Year's Eve special from New York, and that was a lot of fun. And so it was just a really low-key, peaceful evening, but it was very, very, very nice. So I hope you all did something that you thought was very enjoyable and you all stayed safe. And so we returned today to no power in our house. Apparently there was a downed power line somewhere in the area. There were 1,900 people in our area that did not have power. And so here's kind of the funny thing about that. Our house is like that one rare house that never loses power. Everyone on our block has been without power before. Across the street, next door, the whole street will be blacked out, and we will be that one beacon that still has power. And so even when we've had down power lines, or we've had someone that has hit a transformer or bad weather, we somehow still have power. So when we were coming into our subdivision, we're the very first house when you come into the subdivision, Sean noticed across the street that one of the service stations that's on the main road that's across street didn't have power. And that was the first thing that he noticed. He said, they don't have power across the street. Oh my goodness, I hope we don't, we're not without power. And so lo and behold, we came in, and it was so cold in our house. And immediately we were looking on Ameren's website to see what was going on. And of course, if we were part of the area that was affected, and we were. So that was like, this is not how I want my 2018 to start out. But we stayed very positive, and they had it back on. It was about an hour and a half of being cold, and they had it back on. But then the other thing is, so it got to -3 degrees here, which I know it's colder in other places, but it was -3 degrees. My car temperature was actually reading -7, but it reported -3 degrees. So when we got home, Sean's car is very, very new. It's like a year old, a little over a year old. And so he said, you know what, I'm going to start my car just because it had sat overnight. So we're unloading my SUV, and we're bringing everything in, and our house is freezing, and we have our scarves on and our gloves on, and we're putting everything away as we're dragging it into the house. And he goes out to start his car, and lo and behold, the battery was dead. So I was like, 2018, we're not going to go here. This is not how I want my year to start out. So we called AAA, and we're Premier members, so they've come out and, jumped the battery. But I thought to myself, this is absolutely not a good start to my 2018. I'm coming home to this freezing cold house, and now a dead battery on his car. So at any rate, it's all fixed, it's all good, and we are warm and toasty, and everything's fixed. So I hope you all are having a wonderful day as well. I wanted to kind of share with you all a little bit about some of the things from 2017 that a few people have asked about, and some things that changed. And I don't know, how things are going to change in 2018. But one of the things that many people have asked me, and of course I have responded, is I had the At Home with Zane store. So here's the situation with the store. When we started the store, the initial idea was we were going to go through the USPS and do the flat rate shipping, and try to take that route that would be most cost effective for anyone that wanted to purchase from the store. Well, couple of things. Number one, the first rate flat rate boxes for USPS, they are not cheap. Unless you are packaging something in a box about this big, which rarely anything I sold was this big, the boxes were very expensive to ship. So we also had the first round of deliveries that went out through the USPS. Out of 4, 2 people arrived, their merchandise arrived, and it was shattered beyond recognition. So immediately I replaced it. I refunded their money. We filed a claim with the Postal Service, and it was all rectified right away, and everyone was so understanding, and of course they complimented the fact that I addressed it so professionally and so quickly, and everything was taken care of. So we decided immediately we're not going to use USPS. So in order to go through UPS, you have to pay based on where the package is going. You have to pay based on the weight. You pay based on the size of the box. So everyone's package was a different shipping rate. But in order for me to still make it cost effective for all of you that were buying, I was not willing to increase the shipping rate to the true rate that it was costing me to ship your packages. So I'll give you a perfect example. I sold an item that was like $8, and the shipping rate, the flat shipping rate, I think was $7. It was either $7 or $9, and it ended up costing me $32 to ship that package. So when we did all the math as we were going along month by month by month with the store, I was actually losing a ton of money, but I wasn't willing to increase the price of the product, and I wasn't willing to increase the price of the shipping. So lo and behold, what we decided to do was I was actually going to carry the store through the end of the year because we had so many things in store. We did do the clothing. I actually was in the process of getting my sales and use tax license so that I could actually purchase new items and turn around and sell them. All of that went on hold because we're looking at other avenues of being able to ship things inexpensively, or at least at a rate that was going to be more cost effective. Because I will tell you, at the end of the day, with that store, and I guess for tax purposes, it's a good thing, but I lost a ton of money doing that. So, no harm, no foul. It was a trial and error thing. But I do still own the domain. I do still have, the At Home with Zane website, and all of that all belongs to me. So I will at some point continue the store once I figure out a good way to be able to ship that's going to be cost effective for everyone. So that was just a little bit on the store, because a lot of people asked me throughout the process, and I was letting them know. I did have some people that commented and said, that price for shipping is astronomical. You can buy something on Amazon, blah, 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 for less. But they also didn't understand that I was losing a lot of money just in shipping charges. So at the end of the day, I really didn't make any physical money off of the store. But what I did is I was able to pass along some of the items that I was no longer using, and they went to people who really, really loved them and enjoyed them. So at the end of the day, I still don't regret doing it. We are going to look at it again this year, 2018, because there were a lot of different things I had in store for that. I was working with a company to actually start having some of my name branded on some of their stuff and all these different things. So it was something that I still wanted to look into. The other thing is, last year in 2017, some of you know, some of you don't, I sent my audition tape off to the Home Shopping Network. Yes, I did. And I was able to see that they viewed my video numerous times, and that it went through several different channels and then back to me. Here's the thing with the Home Shopping Network and with QVC, who are now one in the same. QVC, actually about the same time that I sent my audition tape off to the Home Shopping Network, they had just purchased HSN and had merged. In order for me to have auditioned in person for QVC, which is now part of the Home Shopping Network, I had to live within 2 hours of Westchester, Pennsylvania. So when I got the call, I obviously do not live anywhere near Westchester, Pennsylvania, so I was not able to do an audition in real life for them. So what I can say though, and what I do have, is that I tried it and I made it that far. I made it far enough to where the opportunity was certainly there if I would have had the ability to take advantage of it. So anyone that would be interested in that, you can go to QVC's website. You can submit your audition tape to them. But part of the criteria is that you do actually, with QVC, which is now HSN, and they're all the same, you do actually have to live within 2 hours of their studios, which is Westchester, Pennsylvania. I do believe, I'm pretty sure that's where it was. So that was something that happened in 2017 that I also didn't come out and announce, publicly. The other thing is I lost my grandmother. My mother's mother passed away in 2017. She passed away August the 22nd, and we were extremely close. Very, 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 very close. And so that was extremely difficult. She was 90 and had all her faculties. She had lived a very, very, very long, wonderful life. But she had CHF, and which is congestive heart failure. And the sad thing is, she was somebody who always had taken care of her body. She never drank, she never smoked, she never did anything wrong. She just ended up having CHF, and I know that can happen. And so we used to always joke, kind of when we were younger, that she was going to outlive all of us. And so when that happened, it was extremely devastating. But she did pass at home, and it was extremely peaceful, and family was there with her, my mother, my aunt, my sister, my cousins. We do live 2 hours away from my family. So I was actually had left work and was on my way home, and Sean and I had stopped to have dinner. And we knew, since she had gone on hospice, that the time was going to be getting pretty close. So at dinner, we had a conversation and had said, it might not be a bad idea to just go ahead and start getting a bag ready so that we're ready when the time comes. We literally left the restaurant and was on our way to Target to start getting some hygiene products and start getting that bag in order. And I was driving in my SUV and he was behind me. And as soon as I saw the phone ring and it was my younger sister, I knew right away that she had passed and that something was wrong. So I got home and we were able to get everything together and make it home and be there. And that was in August. October, my partner's grandmother passed. So for us, we were actually very fortunate because a lot of our relatives, you know, are still alive, and so funerals and deaths aren't something that you know, we really had dealt with in many years. And so that was really tough in 2017 for both of us to, you know, lose each of our grandmothers that we were very close to. I lost my father's mother the year before. She was 94. And so, you know, before that, we really hadn't had any, you know, losses real close in many years. So that was something that happened in 2017. So those are just a few of the things that, you know, I don't always jump on and share everything right away as soon as it happens, but that's a little recap of some things that happened or questions that people asked about things in 2017 that I thought I wanted to share with all of you now that we're in 2018. So the other thing is, if you don't follow me on Instagram, Facebook, I have a Facebook page, I have an Instagram, I have email, I also have my own website, which I've had for years, for a couple of years anyway. All of those are linked in the video description below. So all of these things I share over on social media. So oftentimes you're going to get a lot more of the day-to-day things that are happening, going on, you know, in our lives over there. So if you don't follow me on social media, then check out those links through in the video description below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I have a lot of different things in store for 2018. I am going to do my winter tree. If you saw my video a while back, my chit chat video, I talked about, you know, when Christmas comes down, I'm always kind of sad to see it go. And so one thing I decided to do this year is the tree that's in our bedroom. It's just going to all be wintry. It's going to be some wintry pine cones. It's going to be white decorations. And I'm leaving it up through the month of January. And so I intend to share that with all of you as well. So if you are looking forward to any of the things that I have coming up in 2018, hit that subscription button, follow me on all my social media sites. I want to thank each and every one of you, my old subscribers, my family who've been with me from day one, and all of my new subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot say thank you enough for all your support in 2017, and I look forward to a wonderful 2018 here on YouTube with all of you.